This is Batman. You're watching Kyle Reviewed.
Hey guys, just finished watching Titans Season 2, Episode 2, Rose. Wow, this episode was really interesting. It really was a good episode. I'm still disappointed we still don't have anything with Connor Kent in here, anything with Crypto or Superboy or anything like that. Since we only have like 10 episodes this season. Let's see here. IMDb says 13 episodes. So yeah, it's a little bit more episodes than last season. So that's going to be quite interesting to see as to where things go, and it's kind of interesting to seeing as to how things go in this. But there's a few parts in this episode where that CGI in this episode was so terrible, so bad, and it's just kind of, it boggles my mind. I don't understand. Now I could see them maybe with what went on with the Swamp Thing show. If you didn't watch that, I definitely recommend watching it, because that, even though with that problem they had on set, they might have cut Titan's budget down, once they had everything filmed, everything all done, and then it affects the when it comes to CGI budget, it got cut down so that they, to make up for some of the cost, the money that they lost on Swamp Thing show. But here it was just kind of terrible. It was a really fun episode, like the story, the way things are setting up and all that. But yeah, CGI is so bad. So we start off this episode. The first thing we see is that it's 3 months later type thing. So that's interesting. They've been hanging out. I guess Dick, Jason, Gar, and Rachel have been living together in the Titans Tower, and they've just been training. They haven't gone out at all anything together yet. And we see someone who escaped from prison, and it's Dr. Light. That was really cool. I wasn't sure who he was because he had light powers, and I googled it, and it looked like it was Dr. Light based on, at least when I just googled, villain with DC villain with light powers, and Dr. Light's the first one that comes up, and sure enough, they call him Dr. Light later on in the episode. So that's really cool. I love the way they're doing that with like the glow in the dark tattoos, and the tattoos lighting up when he's using his powers and stuff. I think that was really cool, and he was really well done, the way he was using his powers inside of the prison and stuff. That was really cool. We see Coriander and Donna Troy working together. That was really cool, kind of like staking out and looking for Shimmer. And they mentioned Roy Harper, and even later on we see Roy Harper calls Donna Troy on the phone. So it's quite interesting there. They mentioned Roy Harper. I wonder if, maybe they're dating Roy Harper and Donna Troy. That could be something interesting to see as to where things kind of go with that. It's going to be cool to see as if they end up doing, they're going to end up casting someone for a Roy Harper eventually on this show, bringing in the one from Arrow, connecting everything like that. That could be something interesting to see. I doubt it. I don't think Roy Harper is returning for Arrow Season 8 or anything like that. So we'll have to wait and see. I imagine they probably just cast their own version here, especially as to how things kind of go on with what's going on in the Crisis. We're supposed to have two of the... There's a rumor that we might have two Crisis members two Titans members from this show appearing in the crossover this season with the CW, but that could all work out if they're they're on a different Earth, right, type thing. Then you could have multiple Roy Harpers. So I think that could be quite interesting. I imagine most obvious choice would be Dick Grayson, and hopefully we can set him up as Nightwing at some point by this time. I think that could be really cool. Maybe if not sure as to what point in time throughout, when it takes place. I mean, we'll have to wait and see as to where things kind of go. But I imagine that this show should be finished. This season will be finished by the time the Crisis comes up. If we take a look here at IMDb, what does it say for the last episode? Last episode is November 29th. So I think we should be past the crossover. At that point, I think the crossover is supposed to be the end of December and then go into next year. I think we're supposed to have 2 episodes of the crossover, and then we have to wait a month, and then we have to wait a little bit, and then we have the last 2 episodes, last 3 episodes of the crossover happening in 2020. So this show should all be done. So it should take place in the timeline of this show. Should take place at the end of this season, after season 2, maybe in between season 2 and season 3 type thing. That could be cool. But I imagine it would be Dick Grayson and maybe Coriander, maybe Rachel, maybe, but I mean, Raven has way too complicated powers to have. But if you just have Dick Grayson, Robin, everyone who's watching there would know all about her, right, type thing. Or maybe you just throw away her powers and just don't explain them. She has weird powers type thing. Don't ask about her powers. They're too complicated to explain, right, type thing. Pretty much just saying, go watch the Titan show rather than do anything else. So I think that would be quite interesting to see as to where things kind of go with that for the crossover. We see Raven, her powers kind of come to life when she's sleeping, but it's unclear if that's actually her powers coming to life or if it's just kind of her dreaming that. So that could be cool, but she does have some marks type thing there. So that's going to be interesting to see as to how her new powers are going to be affected now that she has the gem in her head. We see that Rose Wilson, she's being chased by the police in a car, and the car chase is, oh my god, it was so bad, such a bad car chase. Like, it was obvious that they were filmed, because they obviously, when they film car chase, they can't have the actual stunt cars going 100, 200 kilometers an hour. That's just too much risk and danger in there. They film it at like half the speed, and then they kind of play it at different speeds later on in edit, right? I get that. But this was just, oh my god, it was so obvious that the car chase seemed like such a slow car chase, and all the cop cars, there were so many cop cars in this shot, and none of them looked like they were flooring it. They didn't look like they were going fast. It's going to make the illusion that the cop cars are actually chasing this thing. The only thing is the main car that the stunt double playing Rose Wilson was actually in doing some tricks, spinning around, looked like they were going a little fast, but it didn't look like a believable chase. It looked kind of silly. Really, they should have just had like 3 cars, and so that they could have more room in their streets, so that they could really fly it down rather than just have one car start off, then 2 cars come on, and you just have 3 cars chasing it, and then that's how you do it like that. Because 3 cars is plenty for a little runaway like that, not like 20 cars or 10 cars like there was. It was just kind of, made the chase look too boring, too many cars. They had to slow down. It looked obvious that it was a stupid slow chase. It made no sense. We see Hawk and Dove, their house blows up due to Dr. Light. He sends a person in there as a bomb, and he blows up the place. And the CGI on the fire there was kind of so terrible. I don't understand how it's so bad. I mean, the Donna's lasso was pretty amazing. Corey Starfire's hand blast or fire stuff is pretty good. And we see later on, we see Dick Grayson's car blow up, and the flames look so bad. So it's such bad CGI. I can't believe how they're doing that. The only reasoning I can think of is because they've got their budget cut due to the failures of Swamp Thing, but that shouldn't have to affect this show. So disappointing, but we'll have to wait and see as to where things go. We end the episode with Jason Todd and Gar finding out that Rose is actually a daughter of Deathstroke. So that's really cool. Going to be, I can't wait to see as to where things go with that. But this CGI problems here is getting me worried about Crypto and Connor Kent and Superboy. How are they going to do stuff like that? I mean, Superboy, they could pull a Smallville route and just give him do a lot of the physical stuff and all that stuff, and not use his heat vision all the time. But I really want to see him be kind of, he's out of control. He should be angry. I mean, the Superboy that I know is pretty much from Young Justice, so I think that's what I really want to see, is see him kind of, almost super powered. But if I'm not mistaken, Connor Kent might not have the heat vision, so he might be okay, might not need that. But we'll have to wait and see as to where things kind of go and how they do. I mean, it would be cool to see Connor Kent having, not all of the Superman powers, but Crypto having all of the Superman powers, and they just weren't able they're able to do it with the dog, but not just yet with the human specimen, right? I think that could be really cool. So all in all, I like the way the story's going. Just the CGI, man, is just ruining the show, and it's getting me pissed off because I'm starting to, like I said, I wanted to compare. This needs to be movie level qualities, because that's what I'm starting to expect with all these streaming services and all these shows. I want more money put into these shows rather than just having it be, it's TV, don't need to put that much money into it. Nah, it's going to have to compete with the movies, and that's what I want it to do. That way everyone can push each other up, and the quality and everything just keeps to rise. So from now on, I'm going to keep comparing this stuff to the movies, and this CGI was kind of god-awful terrible. And if this was in the movies, people would just walk out. So they need to fix the CGI here. So let me know what you think, guys, in the comments below about this show. Do you like where things are going? Have any predictions? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Hi, this is Kevin Conroy, talking to you from the library of Wayne Manor. You may know me as Batman. I just want you to know that you're watching Kyle Reviewed. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.